The first step in the define phase is to form the project team that consists of sponsor, champion, project lead, etc. Next, we gather VOS, the voice of stakeholders. During this stage, we collect the inputs from the stakeholders and through other methods. After collecting the inputs, we try to analyze them and identify the inputs into improvement needs. From the list of improvement needs, we finalize one initiative. In other words, we finalize a Lean Six Sigma project. For that project, we make the project charter, which clearly describes the problem, goal, project's scope, etc. At the time of team formation, if a project is already identified and assigned by the top management, we may proceed directly to the project charter activity.
Let's look at the first step of define phase, forming the project team. The sponsor, champion, project lead, and the project mentor should be nominated at the beginning of the define phase.
Let's look at one more technique to translate the inputs to the improvement needs. Cano Model, or Cano Analysis, is a technique to prioritize the improvement needs. Let's understand this model in detail. The first set of needs are called must-haves. They are also called basic needs. Non-fulfillment of these basic needs cause dissatisfaction to customers, but cannot increase satisfaction if they are fulfilled. For example, when we buy a wristwatch, we look for these must-haves. The watch should properly display the time. It should have a functionality to adjust the time and date, etc. These are basic needs. The next category of needs is called delighters, or excitement needs. If these needs are not fulfilled, it does not cause dissatisfaction, but if they are fulfilled, it will delight the customers. For example, if the wristwatch has an additional functionality of a magnetic compass, it is a delighter. So, having a magnetic compass on a wristwatch is not a basic need, it is an excitement need. The next category of needs is called one-dimensional needs, or performance needs. The more of these needs that are fulfilled, the more is the satisfaction. For example, we will be satisfied to buy a wristwatch if it is reliable, affordable, looks good, etc. So, the reliability, affordable price, the appearance are the examples of performance needs. The more the performance, the more the satisfaction. This is how, using Cano Analysis, we segregate the needs into must-haves, delighters, and performance needs. This helps us to prioritize and put more focus on addressing the performance and basic needs first.
Let's look at another example of Cano Analysis. A survey was done and inputs were collected from the customers of an airline company. Following are the expectations of customers: on-time departure of flights, lower ticket price compared to others, free meals on board, faster check-in processes, upgrade to first class for frequent flyers, online ticketing booking facility, more legroom in the flights, safe delivery of baggage, and low fees for rescheduling. Out of those inputs on airline operations, these three can be classified as must-haves or basic needs. These two can be classified as delighters or excitement needs. And these four can be classified as one-dimensional or performance needs.
Here are the key takeaways from Cano Analysis. Cano Analysis helps us identify those needs that are more prioritized. First, the basic and performance needs should be addressed. only then the delighters should be considered. It will not bring any benefit if we fulfill only the delighters without addressing the basic and performance needs. Some of us may have this question: do we need to apply all the tools and techniques that we learned in this session for a given project? No need to apply all the tools and techniques. Just a couple of tools may be sufficient for a given project. For example, inputs from senior management, focus group discussions, and affinity diagram may be sufficient for one project. For another project scenario, input from internal surveys, competitive comparison, and Cano Analysis may be sufficient. For another project's context, inputs from external customers, inputs from suggestion box, and SIPOC may be sufficient. In the previous session, that is part 1 of Define module, we have seen the team formation and assigning the responsibilities. We have learned many techniques to gather voice of stakeholders. We understood how to identify the needs from the inputs and how to finalize a Lean Six Sigma project. In this session, we will see how to define the problem, goal, scope, and other components of the project charter.
A project charter is an executive summary document which clearly describes all the details about the Lean Six Sigma project. The project charter has following components: problem statement, goal statement, scope of the project, business case for the project, project milestones, and the team structure for the Lean Six Sigma project. We will understand each component in detail now.
Now, let's look at the guidelines for writing a goal statement. The goal statement should specify the exact measurable parameter of the improvement area. This measurable parameter is called the CTQ, Critical to Quality Parameter, or the Project Y. Here are some examples of CTQ or Project Y. Improve billing accuracy, reduce procurement cycle time, etc. The goal statement should specify the quantity or extent of improvement, in other words, the target for improvement. For example, improve billing accuracy to 95%, reduce procurement cycle time to 12 days, and so on. The goal statement should mention the target timeline for the improvement. For example, improve billing accuracy to 95% by end of this financial year. Reduce procurement cycle time to 12 days by end of this March, and so on. This makes the goal statement complete. In short, the goal should be SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. It is important to be aware of some of the mistakes that we usually make while writing the goal statement. We should not mention the assumed root causes or solutions in the goal statement. Have a look at this example. Clearly, this goal statement mentions the assumed solution to the problem. Such mistakes will make the goal statement a biased one. Goal statement should focus only on the goal. The real root causes are identified in Analyze phase, and the real solutions to the problem are identified in Improve phase. Let's look at an example of an incorrect goal statement. Read this goal statement and try to identify the mistakes in it. Following are the mistakes in this goal statement. There is no clarity on the exact measurable goal parameter. This goal statement indicates the assumed solutions. and the goal is not quantified. The following is the correct way of writing the same goal statement. Read the statement and try to notice the corrections. In this goal statement, there is clarity on the exact measurable goal parameter, which is the on-time resolution of technical support issues. The goal statement talks only about the goal. Assumed root causes or solutions are not mixed up in the statement, and the goal is clearly quantified. This is how a goal statement should be articulated. You may use this template to document the project charter of a Lean Six Sigma project. This is one of the many ready-to-use tools and templates that were provided to you. Let's look at the template for Project Charter. Here is the first slide of Project Charter template. There are placeholders to write problem statement, goal statement, scope statement, business case, and the project timelines. There are clear instructions to help you write the Project Charter components correctly. The next slide has the placeholder to capture the details of team structure for the project. You can mention the names against each role of the project. And finally, you have a placeholder for estimated cost-benefit details. This is optional. You may fill this in if it is required for your project.
Let's do an exercise on Project Charter. Here is the exercise. Please select an improvement area of your choice. By using the Project Charter template, document the following components of Project Charter for the selected improvement area: problem statement, goal statement, project scope, and the business case. You may pause here to do this exercise and resume this video after you are done.